This is my neglected fish tank. It's full of algae and needs to be transformed. It's been sitting here for way too long. No plants, no fish, no life. But I know I can transform this into an amazing little ecosystem. In this video, we're going to be transforming my neglected fish tank, exploring a fish farm that is packed with baby fry to monster fish, feeding the creatures in our fish lab, and of course, buying some new fish for our transformed tank. Right now, I haven't been taking care of it that much because it's on the top of the rack. All right, the first thing we gotta do is probably empty out this water so we can get it down to work on it. First, we have to unplug everything. All right, let's get this top off. It's our pump, let's drop it in. Now we just need to wait for this to be filled up and we can do a couple changes and soon we'll get to work on this 15-gallon. All right, we emptied out as much water as possible. Let's bring this down and get it cleaned. All right guys, now that we have this tank on the table and I just took off this lid, I actually just saw something. There is literally a little guppy in here. I had no idea this little guy was in here. This is actually crazy. But I guess we're gonna make the home just for him and get him some friends because this tank looks like it's been established and it's doing good. So we shouldn't do too much cleaning. I filled up this container with more water and we're gonna move him over while we fix this tank up. All right, let's put this net in here. All right guys, we got him. This guy is tiny. There he goes. I actually had a bunch of them in this tank. I thought I got all of them out of the tank, and having them up on the rack, it was hard to notice. Especially with him being so small, I guess he went through there, or maybe with the water level a little bit higher, he was able to get over. But I'm glad that we started cleaning this tank and we were able to find them. So let's get him some oxygen in this water though, because this will only last for so long. Guys, say what's up to Shovel. Right by Shovel's tank is this aerator. So it'll be the perfect spot to hold him for now. Shovel, he's not for you to eat. All right, let's get this bubbler in here. Get him some oxygen. And of course, Shovel thinks we're gonna feed him or something. There's our little feeder guppy. It looks like a male right now. I'm actually gonna turn this bubbler down because he's a little guy. That looks a lot better. Shovel, that right now, we're gonna feed you. Stay tuned, because we'll probably get him some food on the way when we go pick up some supplies for this new tank. We'll get him something to eat, so relax, buddy. All right, let's start getting to work. I don't think I've ever had a tank this dirty on the front of the glass. We don't want to kill any beneficial bacteria in this tank, so we're gonna get some fresh water to chlorinate it. Guys, by the way, I just posted not too long ago an update on how Shovel got his claws on the main channel. So go check that out after this video. Honestly, don't remember the last time I did this. Definitely overdue. Use your old tank water or dechlorinated water. Never use chlorine water because it's just gonna mess everything up. All right, let's put that off to the side. Yeah, we're gonna need to vacuum that out. All right guys, I have the hose fully on, so I'm just holding the sponge here so it doesn't disturb the bottom too much. All right, it's pretty filled up. Let's start vacuuming out some of this debris in the bottom. All right guys, I've been filling it up and draining it non-stop multiple times to try to get as much of this debris out, but once this is done getting out one more time, the rest of this water is gonna fill it back up, turn on the filter and let it do its thing. Now we're gonna clean the outside of the glass with some glass cleaner, turbo towel. Let's get this bad boy on the rack and fill it up. But looking a lot better than when we started. All right guys, we got the tank back up here on the rack and we're just gonna fill it up and then turn the filter on and let it run for a couple days. All right, let's turn the filter on now that we have the water filled up. Filter is officially on. Alright guys, our tank is doing pretty good after letting it run for a while. But I still have one more thing to add. We're gonna be adding this little cave that I have left over from one of my quarantine tanks. And we're gonna be adding it as the centerpiece of this tank. Alright guys, the cave fits perfectly in our tank. Definitely can do a lot more, but I think we're ready to go see if we can find some fish. I'll probably create a little series on this tank on upgrading it because maybe we can get some aquatic plants next and stuff like that. I definitely like the natural look so far, and this cave will give our fish a little place to hide and feel safe. After letting our 15-gallon run for a little, I made my way down to a super cool place. This is Summerland Fish Farm, a farm that is packed with thousands of fish from tiny tetras to monster fish. Summerland Fish Farm has tons of different ponds. They even have these concrete ponds which can hold thousands of fish, giving them plenty of space to grow and thrive. Anything we pick out of here is going to be in great condition. The owner, Josh, actually raises most of the fish here. We can actually see some of that process here. These are baby koi fish that were not born that long ago. And not too far away, we could see their parents. I have never seen koi this small before. You don't see stuff like this at your local fish store. Right next to the koi pond was this massive Oscar. I am actually raising one of these little guys, so subscribe to the main channel so you don't miss that. Then I made my way to the back, where he has one of the biggest ponds that is stocked with monster fish. One day I hope to have a pond like this so I can keep some massive fish too. Then I made my way back to see what they had in stock. Wow, look at this flower horn. I would love to pick one of these guys up, but they are pretty pricey. So help me out and click subscribe so maybe one day we can come and pick up one of these guys. There's definitely a lot of good options inside, but I know one more spot outside that I wanted to check out. This beware of cichlid sign caught my eye. In this little pond, we have some young electric yellow cichlids. With no plants in the tank and having just rocks in that cave, it will be a nice setup to hold some babies for now, while we start building out a bigger tank for them. So the owner hooked me up with 4 of these little guys. Let's drop them into the cooler and get them back to the lab. Alright guys, we just made it back from the farm with our fish. See if I can get one out. Alright guys, we got one here. Josh at Summerland has some of the most beautiful fish. Look at this guy. Absolutely gorgeous. They're gonna look great in our little tank here. Just throw them back and get them acclimated. This tank has its own heater, which is perfect for cichlids, but that means we have to make sure that we get them acclimated to the right temperature. Alright guys, using some airline tubing, I have it dripping in by creating a little bit of a knot here. It obviously doesn't let the water pressure to be very high, and it will just slowly drip in the tank's water. Get them used to it so they don't get shocked. Alright guys, they're acclimated. Let's throw them in the tank. Alright guys, here goes the first one. Alright, last one. He's a lot more active than the others. Wow guys, they look amazing in this tank. Obviously they're a little scared right now. Just moved them. You know, they were in the car for a while. They'll get used to it. Plenty of room for them right now. Eventually we'll upgrade them, but they have everything they need. Cichlids do better without plants, so we'll probably won't put any for now, but maybe in the bigger tank we can see if we get some hardy plants for them. I mean, these guys look amazing in here. The yellow just pops. That cave was a perfect add-on for them. Actually surprised that they're not like in the back corner right now, that I can even see them in the front right now. This is amazing. Super healthy fish from the fish farm. Total of 4. It's nice to have these guys in groups. Definitely not a loner fish by any means. Wow, I love the yellow. This looks so cool in this tank. All right, let's give them some time to relax. It's probably a good idea to turn off the lights. Helps them not be so stressed. And we'll let them chill and we'll come back and check on them in a little bit. All right, guys, as you can see, this tank is filled with feeder guppies. The same guppy we found in the 15. So I just ended up throwing them in here because if I put them with the cichlids, that's just a snack for them. And they're thriving in here, so he's gonna do fine. All right, guys, I promised you that we would feed Shovel later in the video. And I got him a nice red wiggler European worm, I believe that these are called. I've never fed him a worm before, so this is gonna be pretty interesting. And I have a feeling he's just gonna devour it. Got this bad boy in the tongs, Shovel front and center, and he's going crazy. Locked on. 2 seconds. Trying to get a hold of him. Whoa, he's freaking out here. Looks like he's enjoying it so far. Completely destroying this worm. He's kind of struggling, like holding on to him, but I think he's got him. I think worms are something that we have to get Shovel. Whoa, did you finish him already? All right, I'm just gonna give him one more. Worm's dropping in. Let's see if he comes flying over. Doesn't know where it is. He's going crazy at the top, but it's down here. Come on. Shovel, what are you doing? The worm's over here. This worm has no idea what's coming. Guys, what is this dude doing? Look at him. I think we should have called him Spider-Man instead of Shovel. He's using the egg crate to walk upside down right now. This is hilarious. I've never seen him do this. This guy needs better eyesight. Trying to catch the worm so I can bring it to him. Here. There you go. Just ripped him in half. I don't know why it took him so long. I guess worms don't put off a scent in the water column for him to realize where they are, or he's just so excited he doesn't realize what's going on, but he has no problem putting down this worm. Nice. Good job, Shovel. He's a beast since he's got in his claws. Let me know in the comments what else you guys want me to feed him. All right, guys, these guys are doing really good in our new clean tank, but make sure to let me know what you guys want to see next from these guys. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.